Hey everybody, David Essel back again with another thought on how we can lift our spirits, lift our moods, lift our mental health. And we're going to talk today about one of the most powerful tools that's ever been created, and that's called disengagement. I'll give you multiple examples of why it's so important, why it's so powerful, how it has such a huge impact on our mental health. And why are so many people afraid to do it? For the past 43 years, as a number one best-selling author, counselor, master life coach, minister, radio and TV host, we cover pretty much it all. We have just so much thoroughly enjoyed doing this work, and I want to continue to do the work. As I speak, comment below if you agree, great. If you disagree, great. If you have solutions that are as powerful or more powerful that'll help other people, please comment below, okay? And then feel free to share the video. I mean, all these videos are free, obviously, and we just want people to be inspired and to know that you can change. No matter where you are in life, you can change. So what does disengagement mean? Disengagement means what it sounds like. We disengage from the current situation. So you might be playing cards and then all of a sudden you say, I have to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm going to disengage, right? I'm going to disengage, remove myself from what I'm engaged with. But what I want to talk about today is disengagement in relationships, disengagement with friendships, disengagement with family members even, disengagement with coworkers even. So when we get into a cycle of disagreeing or arguing, and I'll start off first just with a friend example, we get into this place where that people are picking up politics or the pandemic or some other hot topic, the Ukraine-Russian war, which is so sad it's going on, and they have opposing sides. And so they continue to get together, and whenever a topic comes up, they're battling each other, right? This happened to me a number of months ago at the height of COVID in the gym, believe it or not. A guy kept coming up who was a friend of mine, showing me all these conspiracy theories day after day after day, and I gave him 3 warnings. I said, listen, if you come up and show me this again, we will not speak ever. And I'm being very serious. You're really into all this conspiracy nonsense. I don't even watch the news, for God's sake. So please respect. Now, I did that 3 times. On the 3rd time, I said, that's it. Please don't ever approach me again. And that's called disengagement, right? I did it for my mental health. I don't want to be involved in all that crap. If that's his gig, great. But to force it upon me wasn't going to work. Well, 5 months later, he comes up to me in the gym completely apologizing for what he had done. And now we're talking again, and actually we're friends again. So see, disengagement can have a positive end result. What about relationships? Probably one of the most powerful and important things to do. You're headbutting with your partner. You're not getting along. Certain topics come up, and you always know it's going to go into a war. So someone gets smart. It only takes one part of the couple to get smart, and they disengage. And they may say, I've got to leave for an hour. And they go and they walk. They go and they get in their car. They go and do whatever. Because they realize this. If we continue standing talking about this topic, it's going to get worse, not better. We don't agree. For some reason, we can't agree to disagree. So I have to remove myself from the circumstance. Now, I have been teaching this and using this in my own life for years now. I mean, over 30 years. We have had the most incredible success with relationships when one person gets smart and quits responding. Because everyone has triggers, and when we're in a relationship, we know what those triggers are with our partner. We know what's going to piss them off even more. So as you keep talking, you start throwing in more daggers, right? Bam, bam, bam. Disengagement is the key. Now, if disengagement doesn't work, and let's say you're into arguing 3 times a week or whatever it might be, and every time you leave but you come back and the same argument begins the next day, get professional help if you'd like. That's one option. Or the other option is just to separate. We have a program we call Living Apart Together. And what we do is we keep the couple together, but one moves into an apartment, condo, whatever it might be, for 90 days, and then we give them a program. They get together 3 to 4 times a week, and this is what we do on these 2 days, and this is what we do on those 2 days. In other words, what we're trying to do, the home environment has become incredibly toxic when you're in that argument phase. And so what we're trying to do is shatter the toxicity by lowering that negative energy. So when you're not in each other's presence, you have an opportunity to calm down, allow that nervous system to be more at peace, and then hopefully when you get back together, and even if it's just for a day or whatever it might be, you're able to then communicate. The other thing I want to mention about disengagement, and I'll never forget this, I was a freshman in college, Syracuse University, playing basketball. My teammate took me to his parents' house for the weekend. It was about 2 hours away, and we were just going to hang out and have fun. And I noticed that his parents had 2 separate bedrooms. Now, we're talking, I was 18 years of age. I'd never heard of that before. Do they not love each other? That is really weird. All these thoughts are going through my head. Well, 40 something years later, I see how brilliant they were. They realized that they had certain things that they just weren't compatible with, the time they went to bed or whatever it might be, and they got separate rooms. And they've lived that way for their whole existence. Now, other couples, and that would be a full disengagement, but that's not anti-love. That's like using their brain, using logic, right? Hey, this isn't working. I'm going to go and sleep over here. It doesn't mean I love you less. And the same thing when we disengage in arguments with our partner. Sleep in separate bedrooms for 2 days, a week, a month, whatever it might be, in order to allow that negativity to go down. When I look at disengagement, whether it's with someone who wants to argue about politics or the vaccine or the war or whatever it might be, the smartest people in the world realize after a certain point in time, it doesn't make sense to continue to go down this road that is not serving me. So I'm just going to be quiet. So if someone comes to you and they want to try to trigger you and get you into a discussion about racism or get you into a discussion about the war or pandemics or whatever's going on in Washington, D.C., for God's sake, just take a big breath and listen. But you don't have to respond. Or you can say, all right, I understand your point. And if they say, well, what's your point? Just say, I really don't have one on this subject. I choose not to talk about it. Whenever we talk, we have a tendency to get in disagreement. So I'll listen to what you have to say, but I'm just not going to add anything to it. So that would be disengagement. That would just be being honest. And disengagement is integrity. It's honesty. Walk the talk. Now, if you have a hard time with this, we work with couples and individuals all the time. Work with me one-on-one from anywhere in the world. Just go to talkdavid.com. We've been doing this for 43 years. We're very successful. And we work with people from everywhere, Australia to China to France to Italy, you name it. It's all over the place. And then the other thing is to help with mental healing, because disengagement really is about mental healing. It's about taking a time out and learning how to utilize what's called emotional regulation, which means when we see our emotions getting out of control, we have a coping mechanism. And one of the best ones is disengagement. Now, eventually you're going to have to come back and talk about the topic that you're disengaging about. But let's let some energy die down first, okay? I think that's most important. And then also we have a brand new program that's free, Helping Americans Heal. Go to talkdavid.com, the same place if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to talkdavid.com. This program, it's an online program for free, Helping Americans Heal. And when you join, the very first thing you're going to get is our #1 best-selling book on positive thinking. So it's a great deal for free. And then last is if you're really ready to make a difference in the world of mental health, we have a brand new certification, the Mental Health and Master Life Coach certification. And you can take it online, you take it at your own pace, turn it into a part-time or full-time career while you help others, and it's only $150 a month, okay? So it's an incredible deal. I'm David Essel. If I can help you at all, reach out to me. And always remember to keep growing, keep learning. This tool of disengagement is one of the most beautiful things I've ever taught clients. I hope you're going to get a chance to use it. Share the video. Have a beautiful day. Bye now.